Today I'll show you how you can find hot products to sell in your e-commerce store. And my focus in this video is to go with Google Shopping Insights as well as Google AdWords, so a combination of both. And my goal with this little series of maybe 3 or 4 techniques is to give you some alternatives to just browsing AliExpress and looking for the best-selling items. So I want to use a little unusual techniques, some of them that I use myself, some of them that I talked with clients and they had a lot of success with them. So make sure that you subscribe if you also want to be alerted when the other 3 or 2 videos come up dealing with this. And let's just dive into getting or finding hot products with Shopping Insights and AdWords. Now, first of all, if you don't know what Shopping Insights is, it's basically a tool from Google that is relatively new and still in beta, and it helps you to find hot products within the US, and so far only the US, and only around 6,000 types of products, so not that much. So what you can do now is start by searching for things like the Xbox One or engagement rings. Let's just go with some general kind of products, like for example hoodies. And now it basically shows us, it has 2 different options to show data, and the first one is volume, and this is like the normal one where we see the cities where this where this product is the hottest, and usually it's like New York and then Los Angeles and stuff like that, simply because they have the highest volume of searches. So this doesn't give us that much information about how hot a product really is in one specific city, because the big ones are always on top. Now if we go to interest on the other side, we see the relationship between the amount of times this product was searched compared to the overall amount of searches. So we see now that also different cities that are not necessarily as big as New York City and stuff like that are very good at this, so have this highest mark of 100. So this gives us a first impression of how popular a certain type of product is in certain regions. So for example here, it seems like this is like West Virginia or something, I have no idea, but here we have strong interest for this, and here, why for example on the West Coast this isn't searched that much. And we see that in total this is this is like a very typical cycle, so there is no very clear improvement in interest. Recently we have a lot, but it's not like we have a strong peak. So this is what we can go for with Shopping Insights, and sometimes we stumble upon product categories that have like really strong peaks. So for example, if we go for trending products or top products, we see that, for example, Ivanka Trump shoes in February 2017 increased by 756% in 1 month compared to previous months. So we see a very strong graph, and same for Nintendo Switch Pro Flowers. Now these are all branded products, and this is so far like the main problem or the main thing with a beta phase, that you have just 6,000 types of products. But using this, you can basically get an idea of how popular certain product types currently are. So it may be that if you want to sell like dresses or stuff for, you know, beach stuff and something like that, you see how seasonal this really is, and you can get an estimation of in which regions you really want to advertise this product if you go with it. And so maybe in this case you want to focus on the East Coast and just spend your advertising budget on this part. So this is also a little bit not only about the product sourcing part, but also how to proceed in the next step. And now where the real insights come is actually from AdWords. So this was just to inform you a little bit, but where the real insights come is from AdWords. And right here in AdWords, if you're not familiar with this is the dashboard of in this case a client account that I run for a client. So I will just go ahead and pick any of these to get access to the keyword planner, which is where we want to go. So if you have no idea how to get this, just get an AdWords account and then basically go for tools and keyword planner. And this basically gives you access to all the information of people searching for different stuff on Google and partner networks and stuff like this. And for our purpose, we will use search for new keywords using a phrase, website, or category. And in this case, we just go with hoodies again. But what we want to see in this case is not only the average monthly search for the last year, but we want to compare them, and we want to compare the searches, for example, for not 2016, but January 2017 until March 2017. So we basically want to get these 3 months of data and compare them to the previous 3 months. So if we do this now and we only use English and Google United States, we can also use Google and Search Partners actually. And now we click on Get Ideas. And what this shows us now is the average monthly searches in the last 3 months compared to the 3 months previously. And if we now go to Add Group Ideas, Google structures certain types of, in this case, hoodies, and shows us how, and now I'm wondering why they don't show up immediately. January, March, October, December. Average monthly searches. So in this case, just 1 second. Let's just go with February 2017 and March 2. All right, now it's better. So now we can really see the comparison between people looking for sweatshirt for keywords related to sweatshirts men in December 2016 to January 2017 compared to February and March. So both 2 months, so that this is representative. But in this case, the amount of searches was reduced by 330,000, which is minus 64%. And if we sort this by percentage now, we see where was the highest change in a positive way. So in this case, green hoodies went up by 38.8% in just 2 months. So this means that there must be some increased interest for this type of product. And actually what I regularly see, and there you can see that this is like not prepared what I'm searching for. Sometimes you have really strong increases of like 500% or 600% or 1,000 or more. And this in this case, this really shows you that there is something going on with a certain product. So if you see an increase of 300 or 400%, this is not just a seasonal thing usually. So usually you have some real demand for a certain type of product, and this then shows you that this is something that you should definitely check out on AliExpress or wherever you want to source your products, and give it a try to actually sell that kind of stuff. So here we see cool sweaters and hoodies, plain white hoodies, long hooded sweatshirts men, zip up hoodie. Now a lot of these things might still be related to seasonality, but if we go, for example, with toy, where I could imagine that there are some other things, kids toy sale, educational wooden toys. So this is an example. In this case, we have 233% up for educational wooden toys. So this definitely seems like something that is somehow in increasing demand. Or outdoor baby toys. So now where the summer is approaching, outdoor baby toys are in demand again, something that you may not have thought of immediately, but it shows that compared from August to November to December, March, this increased by 190%. And if we now go back again to February to March, so just the last month, we should see even bigger spikes. So outdoor toys for toddlers increased even by 173%. So now previously 18,000 searches, now 49,000. And the good thing about AdWords and the Google Keyword Planner in this case is that you can immediately see the competition. And if we now change the columns a little bit, or if we want to get a little bit more information on that, then so we have original time period, total percentages, ad impressions, share, suggested bid, and now I just have to exactly get this down a little bit, and we go back to outdoor toys for toddlers, and we see that the suggested bid is 68 cents. The competition is high. Now, when we see competition is low or medium, on the other hand, we know that this is something that we can enter even easier. And just that the competition is high does not mean that that is impossible to target. But this gives us a lot of good ideas that we can possibly advertise, whether it's on AdWords or on Facebook, for example. toys kids is a pretty cheap keyword with a suggested bid of 15 cents. But staying at the outdoor toys for toddlers thing, it gives us the information that this is really in demand right now. So 173% increase from from December, January to February, March is pretty strong. So this gives you data and ideas about things that you were not aware of. So it doesn't say this product is good, sell this, but it is a little more analytical, and you can really do an intensive research, and you really come up with things that are actually in demand, and not just maybe a little bit popular on a Facebook page right now or something like that, but real in-depth information about a thing. And if we now go for outdoor kits for toddlers, for example, we could now go ahead and selling this kind of stuff, because we got the information from Google and the idea from Google that these things are currently in demand, and that we should definitely give it something like this a try if this is going up, whether it's a seasonal or not. So I hope this was helpful for you. It may be a little bit unusual and unconventional, and you might say, okay, but this didn't give me now a clear instruction that I should sell this or that. In general, if there is a very high increase, it means that something is going on. Of course, if it's general like best toys or something, there can be a lot of reasons. But if you browse through the whole results, and if you try different kind of product categories, and you see like an increase of 300%, 400% or something like that for something very specific, you know that there is some demand that just recently emerged, and that you can definitely try to hop on as well. I mean, of course, the data is a little bit delayed, so we don't have the data for April yet. But to know about the data of March and February is also quite good already, and it gives you plenty of time to actually react to this kind of demand. So, like I said, I hope this was helpful for you. Stay tuned for the next one, and after all, you can also combine this knowledge and the product types that you research doing this with my 7-step niche checklist. So make sure that you download it. You can find it right in the description or clicking the link somewhere here, and then you can further validate a certain niche and see whether this is most likely to be profitable or not. So subscribe to the channel if you want to see the second video about this, and see you next time, guys.